Welcome back. Let's now look at the concept in vector expansions. And what we say here is that any general vector x in the space this uppercase x can be expressed as the combination of basis vectors. So this can be expressed as a combination of basis vectors that we have looked in previous videos. Let's say the basis set for this vector space X is given by v1, v2 all the way up to vn, and note that these would be all linearly, these would all be independent. Uh, then what we say is any vector x, so this is the vector we are talking about and this is the space, so any vector x belongs to this x that belongs to this space x can be written as a linear combination of the basis vectors. So we can say this is equal to I is equal to 1 to n x of I p of I plus so the x of I v of I, and if we try and expand that we get x1 v1 plus x2 v2 plus all the way up to xn v of n. And here this x of I, this x of I, that is the basis, v of I, that is the basis vectors that define that space x that we are talking about here, and the x of I, these are the coefficients. And as we saw in the previous video where we talked exclusively about basis vectors, we said that if we have a new set of basis vectors, then to represent the same vector we would have to have different set of coefficients, and that's what these coefficients are. And this x is the actual vector we are trying to represent using these set of basis vectors that we have. So the vector x that we are going to talk about is, let's say, the vector. We know that when we talk about vector x, we usually think about a column vector x1, x2, all the way up to xn. But and this can be said that this is the coordinate representation. But here we are saying that the vector x, this is the general representation. This is like a general vector x that we have in this TypeScript written. So if we change the basis, x changes, which is this changes, but the abstract vector x, it still remains the same. If we look at the example, that will get more clear. But before we get there, here is some relations that we need to look at. The first one is if the basis vectors are orthogonal, so if v of I, let me write that down, v of I, if we take a dot product of v of I and v of j, if that is equal to 0, when I is not equal to j, then these basis vectors are orthogonal. Basis vectors are non-orthogonal, and then if this is the case, uh, we can try and find the coefficients xi that we said above. And to make that happen, what we can do is we can go back to this equation that we have above, this one, and we'll dot both the sides of this equation right here with Vj. So we'll say Vj dotted with this typescript x is equal to Vj, and then this entire summation term that we have x of I, v of I, and then we can expand this right hand term by saying sigma I is equal to 1 to n, and here we can pull this x of I out because that's just a coefficient, and then we can put the v of j inside here. So we take the dot product of v of j with v of I. Here all the dot products of the vj with v of I is going to be 0 when except the case, because that's what we say here, right? That's what we say here, except the case when the I is equal to j, and so what this reduces to is x of and so that was supposed to be x of I, right? And so what that reduces to is x of j, v of j dotted with v of j, and on this side v of j dotted with the x, general vector x. And so x of j then is equal to v of j dotted with the general vector x divided by v of j dotted with v of j. And that is an important formula we have. We can use that in example and see how it works. Let's say we have uh, a vector space x represented by R2, and let's say we have the vector v1 that is equal to 1 0. Let's say we have a vector v2 that is equal to 0 1, and so we already see that those are orthogonal, and those are these are our basis vectors that are orthogonal uh, in this case. Now let's say we have the generalized vector that we said a typescript x is equal to 3 4. Now this vector uh, that we have can be written like this. So let's say that's what we are trying to get at. That's the end goal we want to reach. The general vector x, we can write it as x1 v1 is equal plus x2 v2. That's based on the expansion that we said here, that's inside the summation. If we now compute the dot products, let's say first we compute the dot product of v1 with x, what we get is v1 is 1 0, and so we transpose that, so we get v1 0, and x is 3 4. So what we get is 1 times 3 is 3, 0 times 4 is 0, and so we get a value of just 3. Next we compute the dot, so let's do that right here. Next we compute the dot product of v2 with the vector x, and so v2 is 0 1, and x is the same 3 4. So we have 0 times 3 is 0, plus 1 times 4 is 4, and so we get a value of 4. Now we also need the uh, dot product of v1 with itself. So v1 dotted with v1, in this case it would be 1 0 dotted with 1 0, and that's 1 times 1 is 1, 0 times 0 is 0, so we get a value of 1. Likewise here we need dot 2 vector 2 with 2, and so we have 0, oh sorry, this was 1 0 and this is 1 0 1, and so this would be 0 1. So that is 0 plus 1, again this is 1. Now what we can do is put that in this formula to calculate the value of x1 and x2. So x1 is going to be equal to the dot product of v1 with the vector x divided by the dot product of v1 with itself, and we already know what the dot product of v1 with x is, that is 3. Dot product of v1 with itself is 1, and so in the output we get the value 3. So x1 we have that as 3, so the coefficient x1, so that's the coefficient we calculated, and then the x2 coefficient would be the vector v2 dotted with x divided by the dot product of vector v2 with itself, and so we have 4 divided by 1, so we get a value of 4, and that is the coefficient for x2. Again, this is the coefficient that we are trying to find for this relation that we have. And so in the end then what we have found out is that the value for x is equal to, that is the typescript x is equal to 3 times v1 plus 4 times v2. That is to say that the coordinate vector x, the coordinate vector x is equal to just 3 4, and that is what we have, and this matches with the original vector 3 4 that original vector 3 4 that we had right here. So as we can see, if we change if we have a new basis, then we need new set of coefficients to get the same vector. Now another example, let's try and look at that. So I'm going to create a new page. Here let's say the basis vectors we have v1 v2, they are not standard basis vectors, that is say they are not zeros and ones, they are something different. So we have v1 that is 2 0 instead of 1 0, and the rest of it is the same. So this is 3 4. Again we go through the steps of calculating these this value same as above. So first we calculate v1 comma x. So v1 this time is 2 0, so again we take the transpose of that 2 0, and then dot that with 3 4 to get a value of 2 times 3 is 6, and then 6 plus 0 we get a value of 6. Likewise, we calculate the dot product of v2 with x, and here we have v2 which is the same and x is the same. So the dot product is again 0 plus 4, that is equal to 4. Finally, we calculate the dot product of v1 with itself, and this time it is going to be 2 0 dotted with 2 0. Again, here the value 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 plus 0 we get a value of 4, and this stays the same. If we try and dot v2 with v2, we already know that v2 is 0 1, so we take that transposed and dot that with 0 1. So 0 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1, so we get a value of 1. With that information, we can now plug that into this formula that we just created above, which is x1 is equal to v1 comma comma x divided by the dot product of v1 with the with v1 itself, and so we get 6 divided by 4. That gets us a value. This is uh, 3, 2 times 10 is 2, so we get a value of 1.5. That's for x1, and let's do that, box it, and then for x2 we have v2 times this x, and below we have the same v2 dotted with v2 itself, and that gets us the here v2 dotted with v2 is 4. Sorry, v2 dotted with x is 4, v2 dotted with v2 is 1, and so our x2 that we get is 4. So that's what we have. And now what we can do is take those values and plug it in here. So this was x1 v1 plus x2 v2. So x1 is 1.5, v1 is 2 0, sorry, v1 is 2 0, right, and then x2 is 4, v2 is 0 1, so we get 1.5 times 2 is 3, and then here we have 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 1 is 4, we add those two and we get a value of 3 4, and that's what we had above as well. So that's so as you can see, using different basis vectors such as that we used here, so these were the basis vectors we used here versus the basis vectors we used here, we still get the same, we are still getting the same coordinate vector x. The only difference is these coefficients that we have are different, so the way we combine the basis vectors differs. So that was it for this video. I hope in this video you got some intuition about uh, vector expansion. Please like, share and subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next video, where we will look at basis vectors that are not orthogonal to each other.